broken down and kind of full of grief. But we're gonna do this reading. And this is a figure card reading about how the third party situations at play are viewing your love with your person. So there's three piles. Pile number one talks about maybe like friendlier dynamics, more familiar dynamics, and then like whatever side quest, like this like other third party could be like not a person, it could be like a situation that has arisen to cause like conflict, or it could be, you know, like a conflicting person, like a competitional force in pile number three. But in each pile, we're going to describe the masculine and the feminine energy, like as individuals, but also like, you know, in relationship to each other. And then we're going to talk about how like each of these piles see your dynamic with your person. And then also how they project the outcome of the relationship, like in whole. And this is basically how it's gonna look. At least that's how I've planned it. So I don't know if they all have like equal cards, but we'll see how it goes. So, yep. Pile number one first, obviously. Obviously. So, let's just do it. Fuck it. Pile number one is friends. With friends like these, who needs anemones? So these are the, this one has three. Okay. This is the projected outcome, and then the feminine energy I had put on top of the masculine energy. So the masculine energy for pile number one is the gambler, risk and loss, showing up in the reverse, with the wren, courage and humility, also showing up in the reverse. Feminine energy is showing up with the hound in reverse, loyalty, chains, and promises, and the gray heron, introspection, and patience. And then for pile number one, I chose to use the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. So I don't know, I'm kind of picking up on the vibe that most of you guys are probably going to resonate with being the feminine. It doesn't have to be that, but this is like especially relevant to like maybe masculine energies who have like masculine friends who they may like work with, compete with, and that's like a part of their relationship. Like they could have like a like be like a part of a sports team. So like these are people that they regularly compare themselves with. And then it's like if it's not like a sports team, it's like a game, like a video game, like they could game with these people. I don't know, I'm just getting like this like fraternity kind of energy off of pile number one, and that like makes sense, you know, based off of the topic and who we're channeling here. Okay, but anyways, first card for them, or for how like your dynamic is perceived by these people, these friends, we have the Nine of Cups. Peep the little rat here, biting away at the chair. And my chihuahua's in the background, scratching my black bunny bag, but now she's cuddling on it. Or it's actually, I keep calling that dog a she. It's not a she, it's a he. It just, I don't know. Okay. Then we have the Two of Pentacles here in the reverse. This is interesting. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I got this deck from Target, by the way. It's like a limited edition. I don't know like if this is even a common deck that people have. And that's kind of how this Ace of Pentacles feels. Like, you know, like it's like in Kill Bill, each of the swords is like handcrafted and made like custom by this guy, and he's like the sword guy. So there could be something a little bit novel about maybe even this feminine energy specifically that makes the masculine energy look like really cool, maybe even in comparison. This is like a 9 and this is an ace, so like together they come together to make a 10. It reminds me also of Soul Eater, like Maka and Soul. Like one of you could be the one who wields the weapon that is the other one of you. And that, like, you guys could switch. I'm getting like a switchy, like, shifty, maneuverable energy about this connection. And I'll talk more about that in a second. I want to put all the cards in. We have the Tower, which is a Mars ruled card, Aries and Scorpio. I'm hearing like the TikTok sound where he's like, I'm over here stroking my dick right now, like. And it's interesting that comes out like over here on the feminine side. I think this is like a dynamic where like sex appeal is natural and like hard to, like, it's hard to conceal how attracted you are to each other, and like the friends are like witnessing that. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. And the Five of Wands in reverse. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. I was definitely picking up on that. The Hierophant here in reverse. And the Lovers. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So we'll get to this after. I'll say that for after I talk about everything else. Okay, so a couple of things. I want to start with this like masculine energy over here. This could definitely resonate for the feminine energy too. So just take it how it resonates. I just needed to kind of like distinguish the two different energies in like some kind of referenceable way. So I'm calling this person the more masculine energy, but this is the person who has preferences that maybe they don't always speak up about. Their friends would know this though, because maybe they joke or like interact in some kind of way where they occasionally like reveal their true cards or their true hands or like their true desires. Because you know, like in Dungeons and Dragons, you know, it's a fantasy kind of game when you like have like this choose your own adventure kind of ability where you can like kind of manifest whatever path that you want to walk through your own imagination. I feel like your person's friends, if this is like you're not the masculine energy, they see that this person is choosing freely. Like they've decorated, they've added embellishments into what would be like a normal, like small time opportunity. Like this person maybe is being seen by their friends as like going for the extra thing, like the exotic thing, the different thing, but the like true preference. Like you could be like, you could have some kind of interracial situation going on here, or like different culture, different, I don't know, like there could be something with like sexuality, like I don't know, because like this masculine energy themselves could have like decorations or just be pretty like themselves, like they themselves are like a pretty, or like you know, if it's not pretty, it's like it could even be like a bad boy thing with like the gambler, because you know in Peaky Blinders Thomas Shelby's like, oh, I'm like a gambling man. He's not even like, I mean, I guess he's pretty. He has like nice eyes. But it's not it's not the point. It's not the point. The point is that this person is being seen by their friends as someone who's going after what they really want in this connection. Like there's something about how the feminine is that is decorative, or maybe like this is a trophy kind of situation. They're being seen as like playing their cards well, or but maybe even revealing their cards while playing their cards well. You could be like a big fish, but then it's like, oh, I didn't even know that you liked tuna kind of thing. It's like, you know, no one's like really mad because it's like a huge tuna, but like, I didn't know that you liked tuna. Or I did know that you like tuna, and I'm proud of you with courage for like liking tuna. Like, I don't know. Big tuna. Isn't that what they call Jim in the office? So that could be relevant here for some people. Just could be like a Jim and Pam situation. Or like Friends, like, I don't know, Chandler and Monica. I got that too. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. We have the Hound, Loyalty, Chains, and Promises here. Okay, so the the friends could see you, if you're the feminine energy, as someone who struggles to like believe in some way, not because you're not like a good match here. I don't know. You guys are both birds. Like it's showing up as like them understanding birds of a feather flock together, even though there is some kind of maybe difference between the two of you that makes your matchup stand out. Like you're complementary, but also maybe like contrasting in some kind of way. I feel like the friends maybe occasionally could fixate on whatever that contrast is that the feminine energy exists in to the masculine energy. But there is like an understanding of how like maybe two are still the same. With the hand, like the cards that are closest to this like embellished hand are the red ones, and those are also the ones that are inside this like beast's mouth. So I do think there is something like kind of concealed like about like the truth of this relationship. And the friends might know that, whatever that thing is. And whatever that thing is could like create some kind of like illegitimacy here. Like I don't know exactly how I mean that, but there could be some like I don't know, like some of you guys are dealing with people who have like third parties with this gambler energy here in the reverse. And some of you guys, like if you're the feminine energy here, could be like already knowing where those like conflicts of interest could be existing, whether or not this person is really telling you that, because you have some kind of maybe like greater awareness. And maybe you're the type to like speak your truth. Friends could note that you speak your truth. I don't if you do like talk your shit here, I feel like the way that your person responds shows their humility. Like they're coming out with that card here. So their friends know that they respect you, even if they do occasionally behave in ways that would indicate a lack of respect. Yeah, because like I don't know what they do that is occasionally not respectful, that you may occasionally have to defend yourself against, is really a reflection of like your incompatibility. I don't know. It's something like that. They may behave a certain way, like they may be beholden in some kind of way to a greater group, to this friend group, and the way that the friend group operates. They may understand, the friends probably understand how they maybe even encourage instability in this relationship by like maybe even instigating this person to behave like in particularly reckless ways or like self-indulgent ways. These could be friends that like to do like engage with like substances together, like they like to, you know, drink or party or whatever. Like they just like to do that together. And any restriction on that functionality they could occasionally like want to resist against in this connection, because they like to have fun. And I feel like your person likes to have fun and be like a bird of a flock. Like whatever community this person is a part of, I think they appreciate the fact that you are independent from it. Like this person appreciates the compartmentalization between you and then like everything else that goes on. I'm talking about this person, right? And like once again, there's like two different colors here, like two different, like one hand has rings, the other one is like free. And there's a polarity there. So like this person could enjoy using you as like, I just heard like a cradle to be comforted by. It's like, this is a Two of Pentacles. It's supposed to be like a stable energy. I think honestly what makes you stable is whatever darkness you have that can like restrict or handle this person's darkness. Even if that like restricting and handling does come in the form of like nurturance, like guidance, like teaching, education, mentorship. Because this person has like their hands in darker energy and needs a way to like maybe even release that. You may be like playing a role in this person releasing the negative energy from their attachments without even really knowing that. Like you're helping this person grieve or release weight. Maybe even helping them forecast conflicts in their own life. Like this person's friends, like part of this dynamic that they notice is that you understand from a removed perspective what goes on in whatever way. Like you have that skill. And it's like related to your loyalty with the hound. Like through your bond to this person you have awareness even when it's not explicitly linked to you. And if like the friends ever like intentionally try to like inspire grief or like mischief, I think they appreciate the ways that you are not affected by their like mayhem. And for that reason, I think the friends see this dynamic as something that like Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Hierophant like is stable. That they think that the friend should like respect you as like the valuable weapon or tool or asset that you are, and then also they see you as maybe being submissive and like beholden to your title through your synchronicity with this person as their weapon, like as their counterpart, as their other half in the situation. So they look like you guys look like in the mind of the friends like you're ready to make a choice to move together. And that like would be the right thing to do. They also expect that your like sex is on fire. I just heard that song. So, and I heard that song maybe because this person plays songs about like, you know, like not even just about you, but they like, well, yeah, but like they play the songs and like the songs express maybe how they feel in like some kind of indirect way. Like this person may not be like talking about, you know, you, but they may always play songs that are like, you know, kind of like romantic or something. Like this person could be a lot more romantic than like, you know, in the presence of their friends without even trying to, especially if they do drink and like do stuff like that together, because I feel like this could be like a safe place within the friend group to be like if they do have their hand in the darkness, then they also probably have like some of that darkness is not necessarily like violent or like aggressive. I think some of that is like submission to like either that's a higher power or their own ego. Like some of them were like, I don't know. I think that the friends could enable a little bit of like narcissism in this person. Like, you know that like bros over hoes thing? Like, you know that scene from Transformers when Sam wants to go pick up like Megan Fox's character, but then the dude's in the seat next, he's like, dude, you're not making me get out, like I'm your best friend. Like, you know, it's that kind of a thing that could happen sometimes like in this relationship because of how like pod like this person could have been, like how like, you know, gang over love they could have been. It can be hard maybe occasionally for this person to like know which choice to make about where to apply their efforts or attention. Or you might notice that they like, you know, can be distracted in your presence or like whatever. Or like, you know, you occasionally you might notice that this person does stuff like that maybe they normally wouldn't do. And when that does happen, like it's wise for you to consider what the other influences may have been that, you know, you might not be able to explicitly see. because it does feel like this person holds you like in some like respect, like normally based state, like they appreciate the balance of you. Okay, so this is how the friends like project the future of this dynamic. We have merry masquerade, glamour, intrigue, and drama. Okay, the cards like moved. I don't know if you guys saw that. Storm angel, collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. So yeah, like I mentioned that like mix up, like interesting matchup. Like there could be like some kind of opposites attract thing going on here. For sure. And then we have dress of alchemy, release your power. Yeah, if you like talk your shit, I think the friends think that's good. It shows like that you have an equal amount of power. I think the friends respect that you're not a pushover. Like if, especially because like I was talking about that like bros over hosting, so I think a lot of that whole like our male supremacy, we are better, is based in like a lack of true compatibility with what they've experienced in terms of like their opposite and the polarity. So I think that there's something about this matchup that like indicates not only to your person but also to their friends that they found someone of significance. And for that reason, you know, they expect that it will grow, like it will continue to build. Like alchemy, like the situation will even maybe even change some point in the near future to a more balanced position. Glamour, intrigue, and drama. Like there could be some kind of like Marilyn Monroe vibe going on off this gray heron. Like there could be some kind of elegant divine feminine archetype that this feminine exists in, where they are like a figurehead, like they maybe could be of the home, like a homemaker, and that could be something that makes them especially valuable. This just seems like a very peaceful, like maybe even easily pleased feminine energy, which is another reason why they're held in such like a respected position, is because they don't seem to be like irrational or demand too much. Like if it's like a masculine energy that enjoys being out and indulging in whatever ways with their group and requires the separation during that time, then like it's appreciated by the whole. It's appreciated by the whole. In which in the ways that one person is like submissive to the ways that the other person leads the relationship. Like this is a really submissive like this person understands their role and plays it naturally. So it doesn't even really require, I'm talking about like submissive, but I don't think that this, your person, like if this is a masculine, is like barking orders, you know? They're like relaxed in their position of authority. They don't have to tell you how to behave if you're the feminine. And even if you're not, it's like vice versa. It's like you're just doing what you need to be doing. And the friends see that and appreciate that about you. And for that reason, like maybe even would go out of their own way to continue to put in like good words. Like I don't know, like people could be putting in good words. Like maybe even in the, like, I would talked about like, you know, this person maybe having their hands in the darkness sometimes. Maybe when they like have these moments of doubts, if they ever share them with the friends, you might be surprised with like who might come in your defense to be like, nah. I don't even know like what that is, but like maybe like there could have been like a situation where like your person was like, I want to give up on something, and then there could have been someone who was like, no, you have like a good thing here, like it's worth it to continue. Like especially if there's like a intermingling, like if some of these other friends have other relationships and there's like a community of relationships that's like built in, like, or this is like a tight knit of, or like there's a maybe even like a marriage going on here, because I could see that there could be like an already existing like marriage or like bond or something like that, or something like actually tangible. So in that case, some people could be like, well, you need to invest here because, like, you know, it makes sense that you would invest here because you already have something going here. Something like real, something stable, with potential to like get you far. Okay, so that's pile number 1. We're gonna do pile number 2 now, but I need to drink my beverage. Huzzah. Shout out to Sky for my new mug. I don't know if she's here, but I love her. She spoils me endlessly. And I'm forever grateful. Dude, Sky's literally in the chat. I'm absolutely certain that Axel is gonna love those cupcakes, dude. Okay, so this is the family one, and Sky literally, her person just met her family. She invited them to her nephew's birthday party, like, last month. And I wrote a little note on this one, pioneered. Like, none of the other ones got a little note. This one did, though. So this is the projected outcome. These are the feminine's cards. This is the situation. And this is the masculine energies card. So let's do that one first. We have the Tailor. Attention to detail and pride. Can you see it? And then we have the Wise One in reverse. Tradition and order. And the Kangaroo in reverse. Progress and care. Interesting. So, feminine energy is the Priest, perseverance and faith. With the Narwhal, uniqueness and freedom. I don't know, I'm kind of uncomfortable with how this is looking. And I feel like that's relevant to this situation, because no matter how I really position these cards, there is something that's going to be uneven about it. And from an objective perspective, I can't help but notice that. So let's see what I can do to make this not. And here we go with the Tailor energy, right? Let's see what we can do to change this around. There could be some familial interference, you know? Like, you might notice that in this connection. That, you know, one person feels influenced by the expectation, or, like, you know, both people feel influenced by the expectations of those who, you know, guide them in this, like, extremely trusted way. Okay, so show me the situation. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I still don't like how that looks. Jeez. I'm so unsatisfied with this. We're gonna figure something out. That looks better. Oh! I don't like it. Okay, whatever. Okay, then we have the King of Cups. That could be like a background sound. You know, like, I don't know that this is like the loudest voice. Yeah, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Like, I'm hearing like this energy, like nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm getting like this dirty dancing energy. Baby. Nine of Wands. The Moon. And I'm hearing, there goes my baby. Ooh, girl, look at you. You don't know how good it is to call you my girl. We have the Hangman in reverse. And the Four of Swords in reverse. So I feel like the family acknowledges that this feminine energy wants to hold on to what she thinks is good. I'm almost getting like this paternal energy as being like a pressure. And whatever like this paternal energy like is, like this other energy has, but maybe in some kind of inverted way. And that's part of the reason why this feminine energy is attracted to this masculine energy, is because it embodies some kind of reflection of what this feminine energy is familiar with. So that's something that's kind of like important to mention, because I think that even though there could be grievances that come up with this masculine energy like represents, or how they behave, like if that's like unwise or like untraditional or ungrounded, it's important to understand objectively that already existed in this person's way of being. Like what this person likes is and is attracted to is already been impacted by some kind of like specific and like maybe even rare kind of masculine impression or influence, like early developmental stages. So how this person operates, this person already is like acquainted with and is attracted to. But I do feel like in this person's current way of behaving, this kangaroo, like, you know, they're native to Australia, which is like, you know, down under. It's like maybe this person is a little bit like rough and tumble, or like it's a kangaroo in reverse. Upright, it's progress and care. It feels like this person could be reckless or like mishandle things, or like not always be super careful or whatever. Despite maybe like with the tailor having some kind of known capability to be thorough, like, you know, this person could do more, but maybe like intentionally is not. And that's related to their expression of their masculine energy at this time. Like that's what they're doing and how they are. Like this person could even be like resisting the expectations that they know exist. But they're doing this in some kind of self-serving way. They have maybe like a goal that they want to reach, or are feeling defensive against, you know, the emotions that could be going on here for them. I feel like both of you are looking like people who have strong emotions towards each other. Like there's intensity here, maybe even some kind of like, you know, you've moved through some kind of, I want to say like doorway or like portal together, you know, like there's a lot of like eyeballs. So there could have been like awakening experiences, revelational experiences that you've had in tandem with each other. But you're looking like different people ultimately at the end of the day. Like the King of Cups here, the Queen of Wands. I think that, you know, there's a clear attraction to each other, but I do feel like there's something maybe about the way that the masculine energy behaves that makes the feminine energy feel maybe insecure, or maybe doesn't always fully reflect the feminine energy's like full gravity. And so in that way, you know, they feel insecure or triggered into some kind of childhood wounding that can make them feel anxious and like restless internally, makes it difficult for them to like find peace or whatever. And it's really like just this person probably feeling overwhelmed by the full gravity of even the processes of their life that they don't have control over. The moon. Like, this is a feminine energy and this is a masculine person. I don't know that they're always as well equipped to handle the events of life that they didn't predict. So when they're avoidant, it's usually to prioritize maybe like work. And when they do that, they may neglect other needs that this other energy has. And that is something that I think the family notices, and maybe makes them feel nervous about whether or not this narwhal person is like going to have to defend themselves or like spearhead or single-handedly hold weight, especially if there was like, you know, the introduction of like a Joey here. Okay, so oddly specific. Let's talk about how they see the projected outcome. We have winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. Shallow grave. You miss someone. And ghost of the pumpkin patch. Count your blessings. Okay, so I feel like the people surrounding the situation predict that the people will end up kind of like independently. I feel like they already kind of see that the situation, like, you see how there's like no everyone is by themselves here in these cards. And then like the only card where someone is with someone is like they're dead. And this kind of reminds me of that, like, there's a possibility, you know, that like scene from Twilight, and her dad is like, dude, like, this is kind of crazy, you're gonna have to like move on or something. And you could be like really locked in, you know, like you have like this person, like either of you could have each other's full attention, and you could feel really unwavering in your direction here, if you're the feminine energy specifically. But regardless of your position, you're being encouraged to remember that you have blessings even in your independence, and that you don't need maybe this connection to feel fulfilled. So whenever you are, you know, feeling like you're lacking something in this situation, it's important to know that you have direction. Like, you have direction independent from this dynamic. So at times when you can't prioritize this dynamic, when actions are not available for you, if you're this feminine energy, like you can't really do anything to change anything, this is the time to like find acceptance with what is and refortify self-confidence. And for this masculine energy, I feel like, you know, they have to grieve something. And that requires them to push beyond like a layer of themselves that maybe they don't really particularly enjoy looking at. And as long as they don't do that, they're like living with these two different selves, like this dead self and like the true self. Kind of gives like Bateman vibes, Shark Tank, you know, like this person has a lot of emotions but doesn't ever exist in them, and that way these emotions kind of rule them from below the surface, and they think that they're in control, but then they're not in control. And then things happen on the other end, like of cause and effect, that show them that they're not in control, and that feels like a complete and total shock for them. And then they struggle to accept that shock and may even continue to like boom, 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 you know? So for this person, they may need to like kind of initiate stillness in order to know like what to mend for themselves. Because this person could be like, I'm hearing like I'm broken, that like Pantera song, I think it is. I'm broken. So yeah, they could have something like that going on. And they would like have some kind of presentation of themselves in the world that doesn't say I'm broken. It probably says like I'm having so much fun and I'm awesome. And this person is like over here like, oh my god, like I am a creature of the dark. I have like, you know, I'm cold, and you have this heat that you're presenting because that's how you're coping. You're like burning off heat, and I see that you're burning off heat, and I want to be around the heat that you're burning. But then this person can't, like, they don't always have heat burning, you know, like, because like the heat is mostly burning because they're internally exploding. So, you know, it's like whatever presentation they have is like it only can exist for a certain amount of time before it has to be turned back off, because it's not entirely genuine, or it like exists primarily on the surface as a function of an identity that they're putting on with this tailor. It's like I've made this version of myself for you specifically, and it doesn't really exist beyond, you know, when it can. So yeah, holy shit, real talk. Okay, I'm gonna drink some more coffee and then we're gonna do part number 3. Okay. I'm broken. Yeah, it's like giving for real Bateman. but like, you know, I think that that's kind of relatable. I can relate to Bateman. Personally, I can. But I also personally have like never been in a healthy relationship. Well, I don't know, like, you know. Whatever. This is the feminine energy. This is like the story of it right here. And then this is the masculine energy. And part number 3, this talks about like a side quest as a third party or a side piece as a third party. So we'll see how it goes. But either way, this thing, it feels like more of a thing, not like a thing that has any like emotional attachment. It's like more of an obstacle or like whatever. So how does the side piece / side quest view the masculine energy here? We have the king in reverse, control and reversal of fortune. And then we have the otter, joy and companionship. Rough. We have seahorse, fatherly power and constancy. This is the feminine energy. And the orator in reverse, communication and confidence. So this other like person or this other situation sees the masculine energy as a very strong physical presence, maybe unaware of the truth of its strength or the full extent of its strength or the full capacity that it has or the full potency that it has. It also sees this feminine energy as someone who is strong in like social, emotional, spiritual influence. So like it's important to notice like straight off the bat that like this is a power couple. So whatever this third party situation is that exists, understands immediately kind of its inferiority to the thing. It's a side, like it's not the main entree, and it understands its lack of decoration, you know? These are highly decorated cards. I feel like there's a significance that both of you have that, you know, both of you came up with these in the reverse, so it's like this undeveloped, unfulfilled potential. And I think in certain cases, whatever this thing is, it's intentionally coming in between the two of you to maybe even prevent something from fully forming. Like this could be an energy of intentional sabotage. or like the instigation of conflict. Like, you know, like if you are with someone like in a serious committed way, and then like it's almost like someone gets like sent in to like test your relationship, to like test your loyalty, and that happens like on purpose. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know what that sound is. And then it just stops. What the fuck? Oh. It's something about the sunshine, baby. I'm seeing you in a whole new light. For the first time, baby. Oh, it's alright. I don't know if you guys ever saw Starstruck. Chad Dylan Cooper. Oh, whatever. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Something about the sunshine, baby. I'm seeing you in a whole new light. King of Wands in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse. Knight of Pentacles upright. So this situation wants the masculine energy distracted and indecisive. So it's coming in to take this normally powerful, strong, decisive force and put it into a position where it can't take action, it can't wield its blade, it can't speak, it can't move, or it's limited in its movement. It wants to basically like maybe hinder or like handicap or cripple like this strong force of a person. And this is someone who has the power to overcome like whatever obstacles they are being put in their path. And in fact, they probably are being initially like challenged for the sake of becoming the king that they actually are. So this could be like this like other force could be a force from their environment. I'm thinking like Gemini, like third house, neighbors, coworkers, classmates, whatever. So this could be like being asked to do overtime, or whatever is happening as a result of this instigating force removes this person from being available to the needs of another person intentionally. Makes it difficult for them to be cooperative and almost forces them to focus on independent growth. Maybe by intentionally crippling them, or by intentionally binding them, or by intentionally confusing them. This feminine energy, it feels like whatever this other thing is meant to confuse them about what this person's intentions are. So it's meant to make them feel like they're in competition for something. This is fatherly power and constancy, the seahorse. So it's like this idea that this king energy would naturally be protective, or would naturally be like productive for this feminine energy. But it can't be, and so that triggers some kind of instability for this feminine energy. It makes them have to ask themselves, okay, what else is out there for me in terms of stability, or how much burden have I already carried, and do I want to keep carrying it? Would it be easier to separate and call it quits here, or do I want to maintain, you know, with like this confidence? It wants to inspire doubt in the masculine energy as being the king that it is, because it cripples the king, you know? It cripples the king. So, yeah, that's happening. And it's like both of these people are once again not their full forms. And the current, like if you're in the side quest, side piece phase, then like both of your eyes are looking in different directions. You're both facing in different directions and have independent goals and focuses that are like in different elements too. So you may be led away from each other for a period of time, and called spiritually to engage in actions that, like, your actions won't reflect your interest in this relationship, and that would be sanctioned by your need at that time to be focused on whatever the side quest is and whatever that entails and requires from you. So there's a need for compartmentalization in the actions, and it's that, I think that's happening a lot for the masculine, this divine masculine force. And I think when this feminine energy struggles to understand how and when they should compartmentalize their own actions, they could take that like personally, and especially feel like the need to put their focus elsewhere, or like shut this person out of being a focal or center point of their life. Because this orator person, like this person, this feminine energy feels like they could be really sensitive, like a little bit of like that poetic type, you know, like in their feelings. And when they can't communicate or feel like their communication doesn't mean anything or isn't landing, that can be really frustrating for them. Okay, so how does the side quest or side piece see that the situation is going to go? We have death and the maiden. Invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. 3 witchy sisters. The power of 3. Lady with a Bosch egg. Ancient wisdom. This feels like a situation that is literally crafting against your relationship. Like it feels like, you know, death could have been cast on this relationship. Like literally. Like there could have been some kind of dominating force, some kind of King of Wands that has dictated that this should not continue, and is like created some kind of shadow on the situation to make sure that the energy stays like repressed or like suppressed. Like this kind of reminds me of like when my account gets shadow banned, and like when I can't reach a certain amount of views because my account is specifically being like asked not to spread. So it's like that energy of like, I have to make sure that you stay down because this would normally be very powerful. There's something about this that makes me feel like it's the relationship itself that, you know, the compatibility itself that doesn't work. It feels like there's a necessity though, like for maybe this energy of death to be transmuted, and that might take some time, but that it could be valuable karmically here for the both of you. It's whatever work you have to do independently, and then whatever independent desire you might have to return to each other after doing the work, after surrendering what you're carrying. But if this is like another person specifically, then like there's definitely like some energy of like casting death, maybe even relying or outsourcing on other people, like even a community of people, to make sure something happens, to spread rumors or spread gossip or inspire doubt within specific people, or like, you know, people are really going out of their way maybe to like make sure that there is doubt inspired or like burden carried. Like baby trappers or like whatever. Because I could see that happening with this lady with the Bosch egg. It's like, there's something in that egg. And this is like, so this is a lady with something like creepy in her egg, and then this is a naked lady who's sad but has a skeleton over her shoulder. So there could be some like, if this is another person, then like one person may want to like, I just heard bodies swap, which is weird. There's like a jealous energy. like where one person looks more pure, the other person looks dirtier, but this is the pure person is the one who's like shrouded with the darkness, which could make the situation hard to understand. Like I mentioned this energy of like there being the inspiration of doubt, and there's like a community, like three witchy sisters here, and the Five of Wands is here, like this arguments, conflicts, like things going on, people being involved, or like seeing and witnessing. So yeah, I don't know, in some way or some form here, people could feel like they're being ganged up on, and that could be another reason why separations could be instigated. Okay, boom. That's what I have for this reading. I hope that that helped someone, all of you. And okay, we have 7 people and 7 likes. Thank you. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. So I'm gonna end this, and I hope that you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.